Hi there, signs of Leo. This is Kim here with your next 3-day messages. I'm going to pull a breakthrough spread again, though, because I liked it. Because I like the spread and I think it helps people. So that's what we're going to do. The breakthrough spread lets you know what you need to have a breakthrough about, or the pattern, the challenge, your strengths, usually coming from the past, and your outcome, and then advice from angels. So opening up to your spirit guides and your angels for these messages. May they be for Leo's Most High, always. And thank you for being here. Thank you for all the ways that you support the channel. Subscribing, watching, commenting, liking, all of that good stuff. I appreciate you. And, okay, so that's the alchemy deck from Kim Krans. This is her archetype deck, and I think with the archetype we're probably just going to use two. One for the breakthrough part, one for the advice from your angels, and let's get some tarot on it. We'll pull 2 tarot cards for each spot, and I'll use the 108 Oracle too. So just 2 more, and then we'll get going. I also have the Sirens song that we can use to clarify, which has a blend of the Kipper and the Lenormand decks too in it. So just get a good shuffle here. Okay, what do we have to have a breakthrough about? What is our challenge at this time? Our breakthrough spot. Strength from the past that is here now. The outcome and the advice from Spirit. Yes, I have the Queen of Wands on the bottom. Nice. That is a very bold, brave, confident energy. Sometimes it's a performer. It's definitely somebody who's viewed as very attractive and psychic. And remember, tarot doesn't really have gender when I'm referring to she. It could be a man that could be standing out in that way too. Okay, so two for the breakthrough, and then 1 for each of these. What is on the bottom? The Knight. So you are the Knight. Confident, just like the Queen of Wands. Makes sense. Confident, heroic. It does say messenger. You might find that that's part of your calling, is to be a messenger, to pass along good messages to people, right? A fighting spirit and preserving. So let's see what we have. What do we need to have a breakthrough about for Leos? Oh, the Sun Splendor. I think you're wanting a very nice, happy, new experience. Something that you can really savor and relish, right? The Sun Splendor is a little bit different than the Sun card in this deck, because it's the sun in all its glory, you know. So we are trying to have a breakthrough regarding, in most aspects here, your own energy, since you embody the sun. So that's what we need to have a breakthrough about. Oh my gosh, and you're the Magician, so you're going to. No doubt about it. You've already embraced this whole, I create my reality, therefore I'm going to start being a conscious creator, and jump into the archetype of the Magician. So it's about how to manifest this, I think. Remember, you're using all of the elements here with the Magician, but you are the most important one. You're the Spirit. And so the Spirit is what's flowing through them and bringing things to life. It says the master of everything, an exciting adventure, no limit, the limits, adventure of the limits of human comprehension, meaning you go beyond, you make things look magical that you manifest. And so the moon could be some sort of fear about actually manifesting what you really want. Sometimes we have this like especially if we're reaching some sort of success, or we're starting to climb, sometimes those fears of the unknown can creep in. We'll get more on that. Okay, so what we need to have a breakthrough about also is kind of the situation with the fish hook. It goes from bad to good on the card. It goes from feeling powerless or helpless. It actually goes from, if you think about it with this magician, from feeling like I'm not creating my manifestations, this is happening to me, to all of a sudden I am the divine magician, I am the creator, and this is all happening for me. And I feel like that's just, that statement is part of your breakthrough, because then it goes down to great catch, luck, prosperity, resourcefulness, abundance. So let's get a little bit more on the moon. Your intuition too, trusting your intuition. Tell me more about the moon. The house. Might be talking about your body, your temple, your stability here, what you're building for yourself. It can be quite literal that we're trying to have a breakthrough regarding a new place of residence, though. I mean, it could be literal in that sense. And the stars. And a letter. Okay, so the stars is standing out. It's acclaim, fame, recognition, admiration. Something that you're going to do. I feel like it's something that you're building or you're going to build. It's going to feel magical, like the stars are aligning. And there's a lot of, like, I don't want to say fears as much as I want to say mystery to it, to how the stars are aligning for you. Just know that they are. What is the challenge here? Full bloom. Summer in full bloom. Abundance, health, vitality. And the world, the new chapter. The world at your fingertips. And the Four of Wands. So you're on your way to, like, this path that leads to completion for you. It's like perfected work is what I'm getting. It doesn't have to be, it could be the great work, you know, your work throughout life. This can be even something that leads to marriage with the Four of Wands and a new, oh my gosh, and a new world. Here's the challenge to believe in the fairy tale, believe in the impossible. I like this card. So the challenge is for you to believe that you are the magician and that you can create your reality. And I do feel like there's something tied to a hopeful romantic ending here. You're wanting this happily ever after, and it does exist. So anything's possible. What's your breakthrough? Another moon. Definitely divine feminine energy of receiving, trusting your intuition, but embracing mysterious changes, I think, having to do with agape, which is unconditional love. Wow. I think you're about to receive a lot of love in different areas of your life, actually. And I think that they're saying that you're going to be loving these changes coming in because they will relieve your burdens. It's finally the end. The 10 is an end of a cycle, right? 10 of Wands. So it's going to be the end of a very tough cycle, one that was kind of like heavily burdensome, or maybe even wore you out physically. And so these changes with the moon, changes with the Two of Pentacles, is going to be giving you a significant choice. It feels like a crossroads here, but it says on the card, it says trapped between two realities. Can she keep her balance? So this is, yeah, maybe it's about keeping your balance as you transition through this phase, through this change. But you have to know that the breakthrough is that's unconditional love. That's absolutely beautiful. I have a timing card for your breakthrough about when this choice or this important decision, it may feel like a little bit of a risk is coming in here, especially with the moon being tied to it. but that the timing is within a few weeks. The situation or event in question will develop or unfold within a matter of weeks. And they're pointing to the clock. And it has to do with the water carrier. Unselfish, alleviate suffering, a benefactor, humane, helpful, ethical, generosity. Let's get more on the breakthrough here for Leo. I have the letter on the bottom. Something maybe that you don't see coming in. A letter, some sort of communication. Oh, okay. We'll take it. Yeah, I said that. I said the Two of Pentacles reminds me of a crossroads decision, but I've never said that before, so it's really only in your reading that this has come out, that this truly is an offer that you will not be able to refuse. This is an offer coming from the universe. It is filled with unconditional love. It's something that's going to feel maybe too good to be true. Maybe that's why it's going to be like, I don't know if I trust this or not. I think you can. So you have a big crossroads here, and you have something being proposed to you is what the bouquet is. It can be romantic. It can be material. It can be a job, an opportunity, a contract. It's something really important, though, because the crossroads card comes out when this decision changes everything from that point on for you. So lots of love in this reading. Lots of love. Okay, let's see what strengths you have gathered from the past that are now helping you in this present moment. Yeah, I like that. Against nature is helping you. So, Leo, when you have found yourself in a box, when you have found yourself in uncomfortable situations that were like against your nature, that's now your strength. Those situations that you didn't feel comfortable with, that you had to see the opportunity even in that area, that's now your strength. Okay. I feel like Leo's just gone against the grain here. Against the grain, and your experiences in doing so has, you had to figure that out. Like, why would you want to go against the grain? Because something felt unnatural or not right to you. Especially if you try to corner a lion or try to put them in a box of some sort. It just that doesn't usually work very well. Well, it doesn't when they come out, right? This makes sense. Five of Pentacles from your past is now your strength. These, and look at the card. It says lost, alone, and afraid. Fearing that there's worse to come. This was a situation where it was dark. It was hard. You have had hardships. You have had times where what felt against nature was not having someone by your side or not having any kind of support. And remember, you can have lots of people around you and feel still very alone. You can not feel like you fit in, even in a family. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting from this, is like the times where you felt alone, like nothing would ever change. You would always be in this uncomfortable vibe. It's now your strength. Oh, it's now your strength. It's now your strength. Another 5. I like it. 5 means you have in the past here been able to completely change things if you needed to. Completely change things. Be up and open to the path changing at any time, because the 5 of Cups says that you have experienced a lot of sadness. There's things in life that you have maybe regretted, but there's also people that have disappointed you. There's things that have not turned out right in the past. All of those things that you have gone through, I'm even getting the feeling like spiritual gifts that were even activated during times of great stress or trauma, things that you have gone through that essentially made you develop your character. Not to say that they were meant to happen to you. When I talk about the magician, it's about being a conscious creator. It's kind of like taking a switch and saying, okay, from this point on, I'm not allowing programming to take over. I'm not allowing my subconscious to keep pulling these things into my life that I don't want. But you've experienced it. You've experienced the contrast of exactly what you don't want. And it made you stronger. Yep. So your strength is because of all of this stuff that you have been through. It's a lot of hurt. It's a lot. Lost, alone, and afraid. I've been there, guys. I've been there a few times in my life of feeling really lost and really alone, afraid. And those were the times when my connection to my spirit team or the angels it seemed like it was the most strong, actually. And that's when you really thank God for your spiritual team, is during the hardest times of your life. So yeah, fortitude, staying power, stubborn, sealed off, aloof, prepared, backbone, endure, lasting, ready for anything, determined, unbreakable, true grit, and you have what it takes. Yes, you do. That's actually kind of, that I like that for your strength. I like that. So what's coming? Oh, autumn. And there's 9 gold balls on here. I always look at this card as like the 9 of Pentacles card, because it means that it's time for harvest time. So it's time for harvest. It's time for Leo to get the fruit from all of those experiences that you had to go through, or that you did go through. I don't even like wording it like that, but it is what it is. Our experience is what it is at this point. And so and this is the ultimate transmutation, and you are about to receive some sort of divine inheritance, letting you know that it is a change of the season. It is a new season for Leo. Oh, it's a 10 of Cups. It's your 10 of Cups. And look at this 10 of Cups. Don't you love it? I do have another card deck coming. I have some more cards coming, is what I was going to say. They are more... well, I like the art on these, but the one I'm getting is, I think it's called Gustav, so it's like a charcoal. Anyway, we should see him like in a few days. But I love this one because it's like the Jetsons, you know, family, home, and happiness, the wave of the future. This 10 of Cups is your heaven on earth, and it is this. It is the sun splendor, and it's having everything in all its glory. That's the outcome. And the Ace of Wands is part of your outcome too. What does it say on this one? It doesn't say anything on this one. Wish it would. So this is opening you up to a new pathway, one where you feel a lot more passion. It's because, I mean, the fairy tale has come alive here. You've consciously created something really beautiful. All of this pain, all of this heartache, like you really embrace the concept of unconditional love, of everything working for you, and it's changing everything. It's changing everything. So Spirit wants you to go down that rabbit hole. Go down that rabbit hole. If it feels like it's calling to you, you see he's holding a clock, and this person is pointing at a clock. So it's time. And it does say, it's time. Yeah, it says it's time. Heeding the call. Inner knowing. From dark to light. Waking from the dream. The dream was that you weren't the divine creator. The dream was, before you woke up to who you really were, was included restriction, limitation, included everything that you are not. This is everything that you are. Okay, so the angel's advice for you is silver. Polish it off. The river. Go with the flow, no matter where it takes you. 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Whew. It's advice, though. End everything that needs to end because you're having a completion. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 10-10 is divine timing to put the worst behind you. all of the betrayal, all of the lies, all of the deception, all of that. The strategy here is that you end, completion, putting the worst behind you, because Spirit is about to take you on with the spirit of the river. And that is like, you will go with least resistance everywhere you go. You will flow around obstacles easily. With the flow of the river, like you're going to feel good. Yeah, so your advice is to keep that strategy here of what needs to end, what can I end. The silver card is about polishing it off. So if there's any residue or anything on that silver, it's going to make it look, well, kind of like this ring actually. You know, in some areas you can see it's silver. In some areas it looks really darker. But if I polished it off, it would look nice and shiny all over, right? And that's what that's saying to do. Is there might be a few things that you have already learned that you are already refined like fine silver. So all the impurities, all of the darkness is already gone. It's already gone. All you have to do now is polish yourself. Because you're the master. Because you're the master. I love this card. And number 9 too. So you have learned self-discipline. You have learned how to focus. Oh, and this is the most important one. The river is about being in flow, and it says in the flow. That's what they want you to do. Be open to being in the flow. And then here we end with your card, with the Leo. And the number 5, big change. Dynamite, excitement, passion, action, fantastic, energetic, breakup, catalyst for change, explosive, sudden, and fast. Yeah, let's end with an angel number message for you. And we'll wrap it up that way. 1111, 27. Four. And 33, which is mastery, master number 33. Any positive changes or projects you're considering right now will be well worth your while. Expect your power to manifest and create will be heightened. I am expanding. And 444, probably your main number right here, is trust your journey. Trust the way that your life unfolds. Trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. I am protected. And you're also being divinely directed and guided, loved and supported. And those are your messages today. I'm sending you love and light. Bye.